The minor Reading Objects challenges IT and design students to critically reflect on the material world they inhabit and help design.
Philosophical thinking definitely made me change my view on design.
It's about changing the perspective of the world, but by looking through the object's eyes and not the people's eyes.
It changed the way we approach design.
The structure of the minor, it's 2 big blocks. The first one is about research.
We started off with 5 weeks of discovering our objects.
And we were also introduced to different philosophical theories that opened up our mindset a bit.
The second one, it's about prototyping and using the insights from the research to create something new or different.
We get 1 lesson a week where we think about how we can change our perspective on object. So we don't think of the user, but we think of the object as the main purpose.
We have a very good environment for brainstorming.
Because there was no rules. The more crazy your ideas were, the better it was.
It creates a setup where you can go farther than you would actually go.
We had the eraser.
It just seemed to be this very normal object that everyone uses in their daily life.
And we really wanted to see how we can change our perspective on, instead of making mistakes and getting rid of them, how we felt during the process of doing it.
The object of our choice was the net. We felt it gives the biggest opportunities of brainstorm and exploration, because it comes in such different forms. We find it like this, or like fishnets, or like clothes, or even the internet.
We mostly used philosophical thinking when we had a question, and instead of finding a quick fix, we really wanted to explore why we had the question in the first place.
We tried to see past the physicality of a net. What is the purpose of our object? And then find different instances of the object.
Students learn to look at design in a different way. Not the user, but the object is central to their design process. We challenge them to be curious and creative, and to think out of the box.
With this way of thinking, we were able to open up this new way of viewing objects.
It's more about why we do things instead of doing things.
It changed the way I look at erasing as a concept. When you erase something, you think that it's gone, but it just turns into a different form. So it's never really actually erased completely.
The more we understood the internet, the more we hated it. The initial idea of connecting people and holding the information of the world, it's not the end goal anymore, and now it's a game of attention and ads and buying stuff.
I view designing as a different thing now, because usually we do it as a user-centered design, but now it was more about how design affects the object.
It helps us to actually, question more and ask those whys.
I started to look at objects and at my design as an entity, becoming and feeding the object, trying to impersonate yourself into that specific object and trying to see the world in the object's perspective.
In this way, we challenge students to think about their design choices and their impact on our daily lives.